Hey y'all, welcome to the Tex-Trek first reaction stream to the episode What is Starfleet? That feels like a weird thing to just say.
How is Starfleet?
Where is Starfleet?
When is Starfleet?
Well, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Who is Gamora? I guess everyone want to go around and introduce yourself real quick?
Sure. I'm Aaron Harvey, and I was the co-author and designer of Star Trek: The Animated Series, official guide to Star Trek: The Animated Series.
I'm Stan Williams. I'm the co-host of The Salon, a Star Trek podcast that will be live at 6:30 p.m. this evening.
I'm Rachel. I'm always here. You're stuck with me. Also, I think it's the first time I've ever heard you say your last name, Stan.
I never know what to say, when to say it.
I was like, my mind went Williams, huh? Like, good to know.
Yeah.
I guess everyone want to say what they
You
thought
could
about
Stan Winston. That'd be cool.
Well,
everyone want to say what they thought about the episode?
Sure. You want me to go? I'll go.
Yeah.
It was not good, at least in my opinion. It needed it didn't do the documentary part or the other story part very well. It split it to but also Beto is just a crappy documentarian, and the fact he had this weird agenda and all this stuff, and yeah, and other things like where the hell was all the footage that he shot? Because 99% of it was the Enterprise security cameras. But that does explain how we get all those nice shots in things in the future. But yeah, so I was a little disappointed in it. Actually, more than a little, but yeah.
I agree with your criticisms, but I actually liked the episode. I think the documentary format is a good format for a Trek episode because, captain's logs are very similar bits to that. But I agree. My nitpicks for this episode are around Beto's performance, particularly his narration. I didn't think was very good. I didn't mind the copy so much, but it felt stilted and a little bland. And there were pieces through. I agree that this is a bad documentary. There are pieces that are missing, and there's some basic stuff that was also missing. Like, for example, noting his conflict of interest. Just a disclaimer card at the beginning.
That could have been really interesting too.
Yeah.
His
sister is on the ship. This was not intended to be a story about family and quickly change. That could have been an interesting part of it. But what we got outside of that, the mission story, I really enjoyed. That the visuals are always stunning on this show. That creature was beautiful. And I like that we got a lot of little interesting tidbits about some of these characters in this documentary format, which again, I think is a good format to do that kind of thing. Like, we learn a little bit about Spock, a little bit about Uhura, La'an. I think we could have gotten a little bit more about some others, Anson being the horse girl that he is. It was nice to bring that into the story. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I liked it. Good format. Was not successful as a documentary, and we'll I'm sure we'll get into it more.
Yeah. I thought the episode was okay. I think I enjoyed it the second time around more because I wasn't as being weird. How did they get the shot? I do I enjoy a mockumentary style though, but I agree. If I was watching this as a documentary, I'd be like, this guy's so biased. It's not.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed Beto's performances. In every other episode he's been in, more than I enjoyed him here. That I thought he was better as annoying little brother than he was as documentarian.
Yeah.
He's full of himself, it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
He thinks he's bigger than he is.
Although I did enjoy, it was really interesting seeing how the different characters reacted to like being filmed. Like I thought it was a really nice touch to how like nervous you can tell La'an is by the idea of it. She's like, I hate this, but I will do my job. And I like the little character beats. I like how there've been like there was really subtle moments with La'an and Spock. Like if you just watch, I think if you
the
watch this
coffee.
episode on its own, you'd be like, you wouldn't necessarily know they're hinting at like a romantic relationship, but it was like enough to be like, oh yeah, they're not just like completely dropping it, but it's also not becoming the focus of the entire show.
Yeah.
It feels like it could have said something, and it would get to there and then just sort of veer off, and it's 40 minutes long or 38 minutes long actually with the story part.
It's very short,
which is super short. So I'm wondering, was it cut at some point? Was there something excised out because of our wonderful Paramount overlords now or whatever? Or you know, like maybe it was trying to say something about the Ukraine or Palestine or America, maybe even, you know.
Yeah, Starfleet transporting
part.
A weapon of war into another sovereign nation's area was interesting. And like there could have been a little more commentary on that. And again, some of Beto's commentary was a little stilted. I will also say, like, separate from the documentary, I'm a little frustrated by this episode of this show in that we got more character development for Ortegas's brother in this one episode than we have for her in most of the series. And that might be a little bit of a stretch, but we've gotten more of her this season, but not much.
Yeah.
I did enjoy their dynamic in the episode where she's just clearly annoyed by everything he's doing.
She still was trying to do the cutesy, I got a funny line when things were not funny. That was a little weird. But just out of the universe or whatever, no one should be on a news show or a documentary for Starfleet, because this is now the third hatchet job that we've seen. We saw Picard on the news program. There was the thing with Mariner, and then there's this one.
Yeah,
it's like all three of those are like never turned out well.
Actually, we need a series about their PR department being like, we need to ramp this up. Like, what is happening?
Anyway, sorry, I thought of that when I was watching. I was like, wait a second.
No, I totally get that.
But they wouldn't know that.
No, they'd be like, I was like, there has to be some news reports that we just don't see that are like, they're fine.
Yeah. Like this is one of many documentaries. This is just the one that Beto did. It's not the best.
No. I'm trying to remember because Jill's asking with the Mariner. It was
I guess it was it. They thought it was going to be a hatchet job, and it turned out it wasn't, because she But there's some negative there. If you look at it, like leading up to her, there are like all of these like kind of crappy things that they say about the Cerritos and the people on there, and so. In general.
I think wasn't the point of that episode though that they were trying to over prepare. The captain was too wound up trying to dictate what the story would be. And so the crew
got sent her to Starbase 80.
That's true. This one's he was trying to do a hatchet job, and then it was like, oh wait, they did the right thing.
Yeah. Sorry.
And again, if they had, I really wish there was something like lines from him being like, this was meant to be a story about Starfleet, and I have become part of this story. That was not my intention as a documentarian.
Yeah.
But I can't escape from it, and I want to show the full truth of my experience as well. And then tie that into the family stuff that happened with him and Erica towards the end, which I do think that was lovely. Some of the, I don't know if it was I don't think it was the performances. I think some of the dialogue in this episode, not just his narration, but a little bit from Uhura. Yeah, a little bit from Uhura, a little bit from Pike, and a lot from Erica just felt very almost out of character for each of them. Like it didn't feel like
character.
Yeah, like that's not how, I don't think that's how they would have reacted in these situations. Like for me, with Uhura being challenged as supporting colonizers I thought, like,
Yeah.
I don't think her reaction would have only been the interpersonal thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think
she'd be
she
like,
would have
okay, you're leaving
stood up
now.
for
Goodbye.
herself more. Yeah.
Don't talk to me ever
Know
again.
what you say? I thought Pike was like most of his reactions were like, I'm putting on the face of a diplomat right now,
Hmm.
which we don't get to see from him a ton, especially with this where he's clearly like diplomat.
Yeah.
I did like I was like when he was like, have you ever disobeyed an order? And he was like, I was like, I can safely say that is classified. Like,
Wink.
yeah.
Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's also the episode made it feel like the ship was very small because we only saw, except for like a couple random people in the hallway, just the main crew people, and not all of them. We didn't see Pallier or Scotty, and there are people who were missing.
There were also bits where, like, within Manga, we got his war record, which felt very pointed, very like Beto's trying to make a point, but we don't get anything like that for anyone else that I saw.
Yeah.
So, like, it again, bad documentarian. Like, he's not just presenting facts.
Yeah.
This one person, you're gonna say, yeah,
he was looking for what he wanted to find.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought,
and that question is like, how would he even know that to ask that question? That was what was weird. It was just like,
yeah.
Also, his question for Uhura: did you know? Were you friendly with anybody at the academy? Oh, this person that I have on my list right here, she's
I know
dead.
your
By the way, how do you
roommate
feel?
That was the point where I'm just like, no, that is you would fit in the 21st century because you're using emotion and tragedy just for effect.
Yeah, that part of the conversation should have been much more organic. What was the academy like for you? And she drops an anecdote about her, her roommate, and then the next scene, because there needed to be time. Be like, hey, I looked up your roommate to see what her career has been like. Were you aware about her being lost in the Cayuga? Like, bringing it up wasn't the problem; it was how he brought it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right.
And even if they had it, to save time, that he already knew the information, bringing it more organically instead of being like, surprise, she's dead.
Yeah.
It also kind of reminded me of Tilly in Discovery, where she was like, I'm imagining my friend. My friend is dead.
Yeah.
I assume for that, because they're saying how would he even knew that? I assume he did research, and that's how he knew that.
Yeah, I think they just needed even a little blip to note that like time there had been some time between him talking to her and like, yes, Taylor is correct as always.
Also, it was obviously not what the line was supposed to be, but my brain went there. I'm a doctor, not the most qualified person to answer questions about Starfleet military protocol. Like, that just doesn't roll off the tongue. Like, I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
I think I sent this gift to Aaron when he was telling me that, but when I imagined him being like, I'm not the most qualified person. I remember that John Mulaney bit. He's just like, like a liar. I do when he was asked about deleting the things. When he was
that
like,
was weird too.
But he was like, I cannot recall. I cannot recall. It gave me like the ghost of like delete that entire personal log.
Oh yeah.
And also just the close-ups. Like, why are we this close?
That's what I meant by like the style was bad, and like he needs to go to some sort of rudimentary media class, like how to frame people. And one thing that was weird to me, it felt like at first I thought that's what was going to happen, is that like it starts out very negative, but he's literally in the middle of editing it, kind of, because all this other footage was coming in, and then it was like, oh, maybe that's not what actually went out. It was something different. But if that was the case, it got muddled towards the middle, and then at the end, I'm like, okay, maybe it was the way it came out.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, at the beginning, if there was the title card was like, this is a first draft to be submitted to the Federation News Service archive. If that would have like helped. You're like, you need some polish, Beto.
Yeah.
I see where you're going, and there's some good stuff here, but it needs a polish.
The beginning was saying like stuff has been declassified. Reminds me of I can't remember what season it is, but there's a an episode of The West Wing where they do a similar thing, and at the
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
they imply this has been aired much later, and it's like this has been declassified.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of the things Matt and I weren't sure about this. He had a different interpretation than I did, but when they showed the was it the Lutani war statistics?
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like, oh, we are seeing something that has been declassified much later because the war casualties were listed. But I also thought it was odd, and maybe this is just my career as an organizer in campaigns. Numbers that end in 0 are weird to me, and like it had it said over 9 million and over 119,000, but like it felt like it's undone. Like those were placeholder numbers until they get the real figure. Because like in dialogue, you would say like over 9 million people were killed, but in the documentary, you would think that the closer to an exact number that they have at that time would have been listed. It's a tiny little thing, but like it just goes to like there are multiple things about this that make it a bad documentary, even though I'm enjoying this episode, but I'm not enjoying this documentary.
Wasn't Babylon 5 did something like that too, I think. And it felt like it was pretty it was one of those things I think they ended up when they sent it out, the Earth, because the Earth was becoming much more fascistic, it just sort of like never made it to air or something like that. I might be wrong, but it was interesting.
There were two. They did one in second season that was just like, oh, what's this weird station like? And the Narn Centauri war was going on. But then there was the actual hatchet job episode in season 3, I think, maybe 4, after they had broken away. Yes, Joanne is in watching Babylon 5 for the first time now.
Oh yeah.
Where I have to admit that I've never watched Babylon 5.
Girl, fix yourself. It is so good.
I want to have time to watch all of these shows, and I'm so busy. Maybe once Strange New Worlds is done for the season, we're not gonna have Star Trek for a while. So
yeah.
I'm sure you're right. Okay, but I don't know. Actually, where's Babylon 5 streaming before?
It's on Tubi. I know that, and I'm not sure where
free,
else.
So
I have got files I could send you if you need them to.
J'accuse.
Yeah.
I think it's also on Amazon Prime.
Okay. I
think it's like the first season is on Prime, but then you have to buy it after that, like each episode or something. I was like, that's a really expensive series if you do it that way.
Annoying. I'm trying to think what else. I was Pike talking about having to put down a horse was disturbing. I was like, oof. I was like, they haven't fixed that in the 25th century, 24th.
Matt said the same thing, and for me, it was that like it just happened too quickly because the rib punctured the horse's lung.
They were in the middle of Montana somewhere. It's like, it's kind of like with the Sailot. You know, he may have been able to be saved if they were right near the healer, the vet, basically. You know, when it happened.
Yeah.
And also, we learned more that Spock ran away again. It's like Spock needs when he was a kid, he needed some sort of alarm on him or something. It's like
someone needs to send Amanda and Sarek some air tags to put on Spock.
Yeah.
That story was endearing, though. It really bummed me out. Like,
trying to cut.
I think overall the show's doing a little too much with Spock's this, that, or the other. I don't quite know how to put it. Like, I want as much of Spock as we're getting, but as part of the crew, less than I want to know more about this character that we already knew so much about.
Yeah.
They're making them feel less of the crew this way.
Yeah.
More apart.
I think it's a mix because I was like, I was like, oh, we already know so much. I want to know about him, but I enjoy Ethan Peck as Spock so much.
So good. He's
that
so
I'm
good.
like that. Like when I'm watching it, I'm like, but I'm enjoying this scene because Ethan Peck is really good.
And that workout attire, I just know there was a VPL that they edited around, and I am angry about it. Release the VPL cut.
I don't. Aaron, you would probably know this better than anyone.
Spock talking about no, he was not, because
Yeah.
that's when his dad came and saved him, and in yesteryear it was Spock himself from the future. So yeah, it's
yes.
another one. There was also like one
Although he
that
doesn't know
happened
that
when
yet.
he was with Michael as well. So there's like
Well,
something there.
he doesn't know that yet, right? Because in this episode, he has not. Because doesn't the animated series take place after the original series?
Oh yeah, no, and we said that this is probably the timeline where it hadn't happened at all, because of he had said that his Sailot was when he was a teenager, and it's like he was not a teenager when he had that pet. That was long dead. So
I also
my conjecture is that it's before they've gone to the future and gone back and created that loop.
I've only ever watched Yesteryear once or twice. It's also before they go back, he thinks like he has some memory of it, but he doesn't know it's him. He thinks it's like an uncle or something like that.
Yeah.
He did know it was not his dad though, or his father.
Yeah.
He thought he knew a random relative was not his father.
he be running away.
Yeah.
Like he's just doing that. This time was to cut out his human half. The other time was to go after
Spock is one of those kids that should be kept on a leash.
And if we have it where he hasn't actually experienced that yet, that also could explain some of his more human tendencies that will actually just get erased eventually, because he will have, become more human as a child. But yeah, I have a note for the gotcha journalism. Oh, there was somebody said the dark was space is dark and cold and full of death. I'm like, wasn't that Kelvin McCoy who said that? It's like the space is disease and danger wrapped in darkness and silence or something. It's very similar to that.
Many people are saying.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of like, did somebody say that in Star Trek canon main timeline? Because it felt like it was referring to something, I guess. Maybe they said it on Strange New Worlds, and I just don't remember.
I'm trying to remember now, but I can't. I was kind of surprised Scotty wasn't in this episode. It feels like
somebody said he was in the Jeffries tube. It's like, if he was, nobody said it.
There was a moment that I thought I don't think it was Martin and Carol, but it looked like Scotty and Pelia walking down a corridor.
Oh,
when there was some stunt actors and
they're extras
getting thrown.
I was, because I was surprised he wasn't in that last we're all at Spike's kitchen lodge and let her hair down a little bit.
It was the Bolian birthday.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Stan, I'm sure you also have this complaint. I wanted more Una in this episode.
Yes.
I feel like that I will look one always, but I also felt like First Officer could be like a good, like an interesting point of view for this.
Yeah. I also thought there a couple of things. Starting with the good, I liked her standing next to Pike, like not always being at a console herself doing things, but like being a first officer next to. I thought was interesting. It was good staging, and the camera work was interesting. Those angles, don't love them, and I do wonder about like needing to adjust yourself, blowing your nose, farts. Like there are a lot of cameras on this ship that I was not aware about until this episode.
But they supposedly only go on when there's an emergency.
It's like we're just checking out at the store, and then you look up, and you're just the worst angle staring down at you. You're like, why?
Yeah, like I'm not stealing. I promise. It felt very that, but also with Una, like I was saying about Dr. Mbenga having his hatchet job information card. Beto had an opportunity with Una, unless it's classified, because they do love to classify everything on this show. It's all strictly off the record, but her reinstatement as a refugee would have been an interesting bit to include in this documentary about what is Starfleet.
And I think, that was a public trial, right? So I feel like they should know about it.
I would think so.
Yeah, I'd be like, after seeing that documentary, I'd be like, why did I spend 6 weeks with a floating camera in my face when you just didn't use most of that footage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like maybe it's a docu-series and there's going to
Mm,
be another
maybe.
mission.
That
Like
could
he's
be.
he's saving the Temple
Yeah.
of Doom documentary for later.
I think this says more about me, but it reminds me there's like a thing in The Sims where you could like have the camera follow you if you're like trying to get your fame up, and I was like, why does it look like that?
Well, there was the bit, like I just referenced the Temple of Doom episode
Mhm.
5. He does tell Uhura that these are AI powered, because we have to use that phrase now. Blech.
Yeah.
But that does take me out of it. It's very today,
Mhm.
but whatever.
Also, every drone that can almost do that right now, so it's
Yes.
not like it was
Mhm.
special.
It's so but what he was them being able to sense heightened emotions to get certain shots, like the shots that they got were terrible. Like what? Like
Don't
that
use AI.
AI
Maybe
needs,
that's what it's
yeah,
a backdoor
yeah,
thing, a message about
We
AI.
need
Like, don't
real
use
camera
it.
people, real
Maybe-
camera people.
Maybe this is how they learned. Like, oh, we need camera people that know what look good.
They need the Star Trek Generations cameras on
Oh yeah,
in front of their
Yeah.
face.
It reminded like
Google
at
Glass.
my day job, they put a thing in like if you were like multiple people in a room together to like put you all in your own little box. That way you're also in a little box, and it just like stretched you out. And it was like I've watched an entire room of people get body dysmorphia once. It was not good, and I was like, it reminded me of that. Trying.
Well, there was the
think
actual mission. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we were supposed to glean from this documentary, I guess. But again, it was terrible, so you forget.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
I
you
thought
don't
it
really
was-
know those characters, it's hard to keep up with like, what side's what. You know, it's like
Yeah.
we don't know the names.
I thought it was interesting that they redacted the who in Starfleet that they were talking to, because it didn't feel like Admiral April
It did not.
Hmm.
the way Pike was speaking with him. It was way more formal than he is with
Yeah.
April.
He's not yelling "Come on, Bob" to whoever
Yeah.
is on the other side of that call.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. And it left me curious, like, what is Starfleet Command saying? And we've seen Badmirals, we've seen, Starfleet do shitty things before. So like, I don't fault them for that. But yeah, I think some of the characters were a little, in moments, a little less themselves than I would have anticipated. And I'm curious about the writing choices in those moments. But that said, this mission, I'm very curious about what this mission was supposed, like what did Starfleet say this was? Like, you're moving this beast, and then oh shit, they discovered that it was actually a weapon. Like, what did they think it was going to be?
Yeah.
Because of all the classified cloak and dagger, it makes it seem like Starfleet knew, and maybe even Pike knew, that it was actually a weapon, which would be wildly out of character for him to go along with it.
Yeah, I was like,
He would be much
in
more
my
angry
head, I
about it
was
if he
under
was.
the impression that he wasn't aware of it was a weapon, but mostly because that's what makes sense for Pike.
Yes.
Like, this is like the same person who tried to stop that child sacrifice in the first season.
Yeah.
This also treads a little bit on like the tardigrade territory.
Mm-hmm.
And the Gormagander. We've had the endangered species commentary and Discovery a few times. And another track.
Yeah, I was like, oh, look, our newest variation of space whale.
Yeah. That creature was beautiful, though.
That
The
creature
space space butterfly.
Because I was wondering if they had like thought of this as a like a bottle episode until I saw that creature, and I went, no, because that creature would have cost so much to animate.
Yeah. And they used the AR wall set for the other bar that we haven't seen since season 1. Because that wasn't the port galley that Beto was in. And I could tell that was definitely the glow of an AR wall. The visuals in this episode were beautiful. The actual footage.
Yeah.
Space
Mothra.
Moth. I agree with Jill. I liked that they like at first I wanted that I was like, oh no, they need to save this beautiful
Yeah.
beast. I would have appreciated a line like, are we sure there's nothing we can do to repair its neural damage? And the doctor's like, it's too far gone. Like
He did say that.
In the briefing.
Yeah, it's like, is there anything? It was like, can we do anything about it? And he says, no, it's too late or something like that. Or
yeah, the timing of that scene coming before Uhura was actually in communication with it.
Yeah.
Like, and choosing to.
I think I did miss that too.
It was
I'm glad that scene was there.
It's when they just got back from the shuttle.
Yeah,
so between the shuttle and Uhura, but it was like they had gotten enough information from their shuttle trip and Spock that's what
kind of like that. It turned out like Spock's Vulcanness, like so often it's Spock's Vulcanness makes him perfect for the mission. They're like, actually, his Vulcanness is making it so he cannot do the mission because he's too sensitive to.
Yeah, I love that, and it gave Uhura a chance to step up.
Celia was amazing in this episode.
Yes.
She also like some of those like weird close-ups on her. I was like, her skin is glowing. Like,
I noticed her lipstick was also very like reflective and
some
interesting scenes.
I loved her eye makeup in this episode too.
And now we're just being like, Celia's really pretty.
Again, all of the visuals of this show are stunning, including
the people.
What you were talking about earlier, Stan, about the people's lines, not like it could have been really interesting if they made it sound like that was them speaking because they knew they were being recorded.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But that didn't come off like that. It just came off as like badly written.
Yeah,
I know,
or
and it was
written wrong. I guess
I definitely. That was interesting. The shots and other mockumentaries do this too, where it's like they're far away to make it the idea that they wouldn't have done this if they knew the cameras were there. Like this what like in The Office, Jim and Pam's proposal scene is like them filming from across this highway.
Mm-hmm. I like. There was one thing that like it stuck with me when I first heard La'an say it, because I was like, that's not true. And then I reminded myself, like, one of my own things about the fandom is we need to stop believing that what we see a character say or do is objective truth at all times. Like, these characters can be wrong. La'an at one point in this episode said that sometimes you have to attack first. And I was remembering Philippa's Starfleet doesn't fire first. And like that is quintessential Trek. You don't start a fight, you finish it. But it's La'an's perspective. And
to be fair, I think
it challenged me.
Common perspective for the security officers.
Yes.
Worf,
because Worf,
Worf and Jax are always like, let's go.
That's right. Yeah.
Like,
that's right. But it caught me, and then I had what I think more folks in the fandom might try is a moment of self-reflection. I was like, oh, why isn't it bothering me? Oh, well, no, like it's her perspective. Like she may or may not be right depending on the situation.
Yeah.
I expected somebody to say like, you can't ask that question without any kind of example. There's like, it's so dependent on the situation, and all the things that we run into are strange and new out here that, it's hard to have something that's by the book, basically.
Yeah,
that could have been really interesting too, talking about how they're flying by the seat of their pants a little bit because they're on the frontier.
That also would have been a great way to like throw in the title organically. Like a lot of things out here are strange to us and they're new to us. Like there was good commentary there, potentially.
There's a lot of things that could potentially have said. It just kind of came near it and then just went away.
I just love. So, do we love this episode? And I was like, I feel like we're all
bits of it.
Yeah, we're all like, that was fine.
I like that we got to see bits of their quarters. The mission was interesting. I still have questions about Starfleet.
Yeah,
but I do like that they honored the creature's final wish and helped helped it along.
Yeah, I know. I guess it is suicide. People in my head, it was less suicide and more closer to assisted suicide. Of like, this thing is basically dying anyways.
I heard a couple people also saying that's like, oh, this just basically says if you're damaged, you need to be put down, like because of the horse metaphor in there. I was just like, I don't think that's what that was trying to say. But
I don't know. I think this is closer to when someone is actively dying of cancer, when you're just like, now is the time to just give them a lot of morphine and let them pass peacefully.
Yeah.
Then trying to like save them for a couple more days.
Yeah, like the horse story, I think it was timing. The rib broke into its lung. There was no time. And yeah, Joe, I think Joanne's right. That was my interpretation.
Yeah.
The creature could not fully control itself, so communicating through Uhura was, please attack me so that I will come towards you, take me to the sun. She can only pursue. Yeah, I think Joanne's right.
Yep.
Always, but
and it did get to me when she was like, I have children, make it so this doesn't happen to them.
Yeah.
Like that. I was like, oof. I don't know, as I get older, that kind of thing gets me more.
Won't someone think of the children?
Yeah. I did appreciate the what was the alien species they were trying to take them to again?
The Lutani.
Lutani.
Yeah.
I might want to say Lucari, which is something from Star Trek Online.
Like I did that twice today.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, wrong one.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the. Oh, sorry. Go
ahead. The scientist who tried to like stop her, like, we made a mistake. This is not right.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of like the whole what is it, Felicium, the drug episode in TNG, where it's like the two different sides, and like we made a decision and good luck dealing with it, and then we'll come back to that in Lower Decks.
Drugs, sin to no birth.
I'm now realizing is Kathryn Saw White was like, what if we did that and actually dealt with the consequences?
No.
I think we'll know something about that in the Starfleet Academy, since I think there is a what are they? The Jem'Hadar?
Yes, there's a Jem'Hadar.
I just recorded a video for our channel yesterday about that character. I am so excited. I am so deeply disappointed in a certain subsect of the fan base in their reaction to that character, but I am so excited about that character and what it means.
Also, that is so funny to me, because I was like, it's been how many years? You don't think they evolved at all?
817 minimum. I did the math yesterday for my video.
And they evolved very quickly in between the different like batches, basically, of them. So there's no reason why. I know people are like, oh, you can't have a female.
There was a Jem'Hadar who spontaneously like developed like immunity to the Kathryn White like thing.
Oh yeah.
And this is why I did not put that video out. I needed to edit it, and you all reminded me of some points that I need to put in there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. It's funny. I thought about a female Jem'Hadar a while back, because somebody had me make a cover for a short story that they wrote, so I had to draw a female version of them.
Yeah. Jill, the female Jem'Hadar that is in Star Trek Academy.
Jem'Hadar / Klingon.
Yes, she's part Klingon.
That's an interesting combo.
Yeah. And I love the Baldric. The 32nd century Baldric.
Yeah.
Sassy.
Even if because she's mixed with another species, maybe that's how they evolved the ability to be female.
Yeah.
A number of possibilities. So why some people can't accept the existence. Yes, thank you. Hive mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all just share one brain cell. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that their lifespan has probably been increased as well.
Hopefully. Although it was like one of those things where I was like, it was one of those things where it was like, does anyone actually know how like long a Jem'Hadar can live, or do they just die in battle before you can figure that out?
they do say in an episode the one where Wei-Yun is introduced.
Mhm.
They few Jem'Hadar make it to double digits, I think
Yeah.
is what he says,
Yeah.
and the few who do are considered honored elders. And then
Mhm.
she's like, I'm over 300.
Wasn't like 3 was the average year or something like that?
Yeah,
It feels like.
but I took that as we're fighting all the time, so
Yeah.
we're literally trying to die.
Yeah. So that's how I took it as well. That I was like, no one knows how long
Oh,
they
wow.
can live because
That
they just
and the
die in
Klingon
battle.
today is a good day to die is like, that's a combo.
Mm.
Yeah.
And which is ironic because the Klingons do last forever. They're like
Right.
up to like 180, 200, like not quite as much as not quite as high as Vulcan, but
Yeah.
like above 150, I think.
I mean, maybe this having double organs is the secret to longevity.
Hey,
Would
redundancy.
make sense.
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure there's not much else that we
Yeah, it feels
missed.
like I thought there would be
there
longer
any other?
discussion about this, but I
I
guess
was surprised that Captain Patel was there only at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like she's not like she's not unless I've missed something. She has not been promoted to series regular, right?
No,
No.
she's recurring.
So that was the scene I thought like Scotty would pop in because he
Yeah.
is a series regular.
I'm curious if they filmed, like, did they give her the day rate, or like did they film that scene with another episode to tack it on here?
Like, yeah, because I'm like, she has no lines in the episode, which is probably annoying for payment stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that dinner could have been before that mission.
Yeah.
Well, some of the hair might have given that away. I don't know. They can.
I know there were some clips of like, I think when Uhura was in that spacesuit. I think that was like from season 1, like that in the Children of the Comet.
Mm.
Like in the very opening.
Oh, and she was in it. She was in it in this episode. But there was also the Lost in Translation clip of Una on that station.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't shoot enough footage, so I'm using your footage.
Yeah. Somebody would make some documentaries for college classes. I was like, I understand that pain.
I'm not saying it's easy to do, but it's like the way they gave the aura that he was somehow probably a really good documentary filmmaker.
Yeah, they've given us so much Beto that, and also like you said earlier, I think both of you have brought this up. He's gotten footage from several other missions that we did not see today. So
that was what was weird. So maybe it is a docuseries.
Yeah. I wish, again, like there's a bunch of little things that made this a bad documentary. They could have said that this is one in a series of documented missions from the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see the other ones.
Yeah. It feels weird that we didn't see any footage from any other mission.
Yeah, well, especially he's like, what is Starfleet? And he was there for the Centennial thing. Although maybe the Centennial thing was weird. They're like, we don't know. We got taken over. We got taken over for a guy who just wanted to plan a wedding. It was very odd.
Yes.
I wonder if his cameras picked that up. That would be weird. Yes, better shows why nepotism is bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I meant
not always
double
most
check. Because when they put his full name on second, it was like a different name that I expected his full name to be Roberto.
Umberto.
I can look for it.
It's Umberto.
Yes. And I
Humberto.
My brain was like, I didn't know they used the nickname. I was like, I didn't know like the nickname Beto was also used for that name.
Yeah. Stilted.
It was also interesting that I was surprised they didn't play a little more into the fact that he had kind of a flirtation with Uhura. Where like this, it was like, oh, they know each other, but I was like, they were like flirting.
Yeah.
Whatever that is probably over at this point now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think.
And her
I hope it is.
reaction, again, I didn't like the way they wrote her reaction to being described as adjacent to a colonizer.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was only not just about it wasn't about what he had said. It was about, hey, we've been flirting. Has all this been just to get me to answer this kind of question?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that did a disservice to the character of Uhura. I think they could have written it to the point. She could have answered both. Like, is this why you've been here? Is this why we've been getting closer so that you can accuse me of something heinous that you should know that I am
two or
not?
three crappy things that he did to her.
Yeah.
I think she did say, "Is this what you were pursuing?" But I expect, like, I thought should have been like it's a little more like direct. Like, this is what she's referencing.
Yeah. Yeah, Celia did an amazing job. I wish they gave her a little more in that moment, because it I could certainly be wrong, but to me it felt like she was more mad about the flirtiness than like
being accused of being a colonizer,
and like the rest of his chip on his shoulder about Starfleet that she picked up on. I loved the scene at the end when she calls him out. It's like, no, this is your actual problem. And I don't love when a woman has to explain to a man and do emotional labor for them, but like the scene was performed beautifully.
Yeah. I really liked the scene. I think Una was also there, but like between her and Pike, where she's volunteering to talk. Because I really liked her performance, but I really liked it was clear that it was like, no, Pike would never ask her to do this.
Yeah.
And it was like trying to talk her down and be like, no, don't.
The screens have cameras in them. I don't like it. That was a great visual, like really cool for an episode of TV.
Yeah.
If I'm on a crew, I'm like, wait, where's this camera? Oh, it's right in front of me. It's in my console. It's up here. Like, how many angles of this are you getting? Mess.
I did also like it showed how Pike is friendlier with the crew, that he calls her Nyota during that scene when he's like trying to like get through to her to be like, I am not asking you to do this.
Yeah. Speaking of asking people to do things, I'm gonna go because I'm the segue queen.
Yeah,
as everybody on the salon knows.
I gotta asking them to go watch the salon.
Yes, I gotta go walk my dog and get ready for the salon. For those who would like to join us at Salon Trek here on YouTube at 6:30 p.m. this evening. And with that, live long and prosper, or don't. It's a weird documentary. But thanks for having me as always. And I have a bunch of questions that I'm not going to answer because it's a documentary that's not going to answer them. Segue out.
Oh God, this is probably too dark, but my brain went live long and prosper unless you're, been like a biological weapon that is trying to live a better life.
I'm also wondering because like the episode was extremely short. Maybe that's why our commentary is a little bit short too.
Yeah, it
isn't as much to it.
But no, I enjoyed it more the second time around because I was able to pay attention more to just the story and not the like, what weird filming thing are they doing?
Yeah.
I know I've seen weirder stuff on episodes. I'm gonna say a true thing that the episode of Bones did. It did an entire episode from the point of view of a skull.
I don't remember that episode.
So they were
I think I
like,
saw all of it,
hold
but,
the camera, and it was like very like imagine found footage, but they're like examining the camera sometimes.
It's like an ASMR thing.
And they had to like write in sorry, Joanne. um that
It's too soon because it hasn't happened yet.
yeah. There was they had to like write in Brennan like taking the skull home to film the like a scene at their house, and I was like,
That's
Brennan,
weird.
that's not great. Don't do that. Don't bring the evidence home. Of Picard. I was like, it definitely wasn't season 3 of Bones. They weren't jumping the shark that early. This I don't remember exactly what season, but it was later because she lived with Booth by this point.
Oh, okay.
What?
I'm looking through my notes to see if there's anything that I've missed.
I did find Ortegas's what does Starfleet mean to me? No comment. Very funny. And she's like, I don't want to be part of this. And it's also like it's hard to take a documentarian seriously when it's your little brother.
True.
Did Pike have a guitar in this episode?
Did what? Oh, at the end, maybe.
Maybe I did not. I mean, he seems like.
Oh yeah, didn't he sit? Wasn't he playing as Beto sat down?
Pike.
Was it this episode?
It's canon. He's a guitar guy.
He's one of those people that's like, oh, you got your guitar out. I have to go now.
Yeah.
It's time. I got work early tomorrow. Bye bye.
God, I was thinking about like. Oh, he had a mandolin.
Oh,
okay.
Mandolin. Okay.
He's
a pretentious guitar guy.
I've never seen evidence of this, except I think in a commentary track, Anson Mount talked about it. That during New Eden, there was like a cut scene where he was supposed to sing like a hymn.
Oh.
Or hymn. And he got like voice lessons for it. It was completely not in the episode. Every time I think about him singing, I think about that.
That's funny. Yeah, people are frustrated when they're in shows and something. It took a lot of time to do something or whatever. It's just, and that scene is either a blip or you don't ever see it. And
yeah.
So I know they filmed.
Mandolins are definitely that is a lot less pretend. I say that as like
I was just being silly.
Yeah.
Although I don't know anybody who plays a mandolin.
I don't.
Personally.
My dad does play guitar and bass and many other instruments.
Because mandolin is like I come across that most in TTRPGs.
Yeah. I've played D&D characters that can play the mandolin. Does that count?
Right.
I was playing a bard. Like I'm trying to think of like any other episodes of like that are like mockumentary style.
They did Stargate, Babylon 5.
Now I'm thinking of just like series that are like The Office and Parks and Rec.
Right.
And, like
entire series.
Yeah, that entire series that are mockumentary. It's like, let me text my brother because he's trying to call me.
Modern Family, wasn't that kind of like a...
Yeah. Although it's definitely, I would say, I found it so funny that The Office at the end tried to be like, they were actually filming a documentary that lasted forever. Whereas I think both Modern Family and Parks and Rec by the end were like, no, that was just the style. We're not.
I guess this isn't really like a documentary about Reno 911.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that Tony's proposed sitcom was supposed to be mockumentary, but I do think mockumentary works better for comedy.
Yeah.
Especially because like the talking heads really let people go off like the wall improving, and you can cut around it so you don't like get stuck with like if the improv doesn't work.
Oh wait, was Arrested Development? No, that was just his internal monologue, right?
No. Oh my god, it's been so long. I think it is mockumentary style.
I mean, it's that style, but I don't know if it's supposed to be a documentary.
I don't think so. I would love to see what documentary can afford Ron Howard to be their narrator. Who is later on the show
in
Arrested Development. They do
I didn't
eventually meet
remember
Ron
that.
Howard.
That's cool.
I can't remember if that's in the original run or just on the Netflix part. That I don't think you can find anymore because the internet is weird.
Davey and I still made jokes about the tunnel of love, indubitably, or whatever, of death.
Yeah. Well, the movies, like This Is Spinal Tap, obviously.
Yeah.
And like Best in Show.
I'm sure there's something that I'm forgetting that's like, oh, of course, X, Y, and Z. Dave lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, found footage movies are actually really interesting.
Yeah. I'm not a horror, like, I feel like there's a lot of classics I haven't seen because I'm not a horror person.
Analog horror is interesting.
Yeah, I have seen Blair Witch Project though, because I try
that came out. We had
I try to watch classics.
We had an intern who decided, she was an interesting person, but in the middle of a meeting that we were having with a client, she ran in. She's like, "Oh my god!" And we're like, "Oh, what happened?" You know, like, I just found out the Blair Witch Project isn't real, and we're all like, "Wait, why are you interrupting a meeting with General Motors for this?" Like, and it's like, so like her boss is like, "That's nice. Let's go out in the hall." Like, it was so weird. Just like, how did you not know it wasn't real? You work in an ad agency. It's like, yeah, Blair Witch was actually just the weird ending where you can't see anything. That really, I think, adds to, because your brain fills in something.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be terrifying.
Psych did a found footage. It was very like Blair Witchy. The Psych did a found footage episode. I do remember that episode. Psych did an episode.
Oh, Psych.
Yeah. It ends with them. It like turns out they was being like edited to like show the like at the police station. Because they find someone trying to find something like Blair Witch. But I just remember Lassiter just keeps getting hurt during that episode, and when they were watching the episode,
by the time he's done, he's got like the all that. I remember that.
No, there's a scene where Lassiter steps, his foot goes into a bear trap. He goes down the thing and then floats in a stream and like leaves. And they think Lassiter is dead for part of the episode.
I like the Dual Spires episode.
That is
the Twin
great
Peaks
one. Yeah. I think I don't like. Is it too late in life to see the Blair Witch Project? No, it's a really interesting movie.
It was one of those things where it's just like, if I was with those people, I'd be really annoyed with them. But they were like not my age group.
Mm-hmm.
It lived after. Oh, you haven't seen Tin Man was an episode. Okay, that's cool.
That's like, I'm trying to think if there's like
Gontu or something was his name.
Yeah, when I watched TNG and syndication, I was too young. Like, I was too young to know like a ton about episodes I hadn't seen yet. And now, if I'm like, I haven't seen that episode, the internet exists. So. I can say when I watched Blair Witch Project, I was very much aware of what Blair Witch Project was. I was at no point did I think it was real.
Yeah, I think one of the things is like they put the characters or the actor's real name, or either the character's name or they just use the actor's name. I can't remember in IMDb. So if you looked at it, looked like this is that missing person. That's his name right there. And back when people, I guess, thought that IMDb was more accurate than it actually was.
Yeah. I remember when they made up an actor for Discovery.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I have a screenshot of that somewhere.
God, you remember that Twitter account with like totally real, whatever the made up name that he was using was, and it was just them putting oh God, what was his Klingon name?
Who?
Ash Tyler. Ash
Tyler's. Oh, it was what was
Vok, right? But they
You
should
think
put
so?
Vok like in like photos with the rest of the cast, like having fun at the like premiere because I'm totally a real person. I I love that everyone was just like they've clearly made up a man for this.
Yeah.
Like, I think it turned out to be like his father's name or something like that he had chosen for it. But
Oh, okay.
it was very funny.
I did like when they basically what's his name? Oh shoot. The Ted Sullivan when
Mhm.
he posted a green screen and got called into the main, like they ripped him a new one because he dared to post a green screen on his Instagram. And it's like,
I
oh no, so they're using green screen, everything's been spoiled. Like, so that's why
Wait,
Jason
they're
Gore
not
ended up.
really going to space?
Yeah,
Like,
that was his reaction kind of too. He's just like, these people are idiots. Like, it was like they were actively trying to unpromote the show. Every time that
yeah.
somebody did something that resonated with the fans and they
Mhm.
started interacting, they shut it down because they don't understand people, I think.
Yeah. Well, this was also true that apparently the season 1 showrunners of Discovery were not good people.
Yes.
They, I mean, famously, they were kicked off, like, they were fired for, like,
Yeah.
having a hostile work
When the
environment.
20 years from now, when we have the story of that,
Yeah.
like I have to go through my Twitter messages with him because it was just like, I don't think you should be telling me all this stuff. It's like, I mean, they
Ooh,
trusted me, but it was just sort of like, oh wow, okay.
I might have to pick your brain later when we're not on screen.
I have to go back and remember it.
Yeah.
I do remember the one thing that's I think safe to say is that talking about like, hey, this doesn't make sense in Star Trek. It was very easy to look up whatever it was. It was something to do with the mirror universe, I think. And it's like the writers' room is not a democracy. Was basically what it came down to. So it's like even though I'm one of the writers, I had no say to say like, hey, that's not how this is. We don't care. And there was no reason to change it. It was just something they changed to change it. Like, okay. I think it had to do with the Earth was flipped, and it's not flipped in
Yeah.
real whatever, real
I
fake mirror universe.
the real fictional universe. I say people often hate on Kurtzman. No one is ever accused of Kurtzman for like harassing his employees.
Yeah,
Like everyone who works with Kurtzman is like, no, Kurtzman's like a great person to work with.
except that he bid on animated series cells and took them away from me. Other than that, it's great. And they're in his office too, and like they were supposed to take them down and like take them out of the frame so we could use them in the book.
Yeah.
Never happened. And I can understand because taking stuff that's been professionally framed that has like the whole backing and everything, it's like taking that apart, you're just reframing it when you're done.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to, so I could see not wanting to do that. But I was also irritated. It's like, you're the person who kept like, because they weren't expensive at the time either.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them were, but so yeah.
Oh no, we don't need to get into that. There's something with reframing that happened with my family. People like took paintings out of a frame that we're just gonna have to put, and we're like, why?
They were sorry, the frames. I heard part of that like cut out.
Oh, a family member took paintings out of a frame that are just going to have to be put back in, and we're like, why? That's gonna be expensive.
Did they just want different frames or?
Nope.
Okay.
There's a whole thing that no one wants to hear this story. It's just gonna be me complaining about relatives. Like extended relatives I don't have to deal with very often. Like I don't know a ton of actual stories from like that time except that like they went through a whole like HR process and were like, no, this is correct. These people are abusive and they will be removed. Yeah. And now Kurtzman is stepping in to be showrunner. Like I often think like Alex Kurtzman probably wasn't super interested in being like on the ground showrunner for Discovery at the time, but he was like, well, I'm going to step in because like,
right,
we can't let this happen.
I think he's one of the first people who actually said like pointedly said the animated series is canon, which is interesting to find out that he actually was kind of a fan of it. I was like, that's that when people say, "Oh, he's not real Star Trek fan," and blah blah, blah, it's like
proof
I don't
that
think
he
a
was
non-real Star Trek fan would care anything about the animated series at all.
which, right? If he's getting
If
cells
it's
of the
canon or
animated
not.
series.
Yeah. Of course, when I say that, tell that story to that, somebody who says that, they're just like, "Oh, you made that up or whatever." I'm like, "All right, fine."
As you have your book behind you.
Yeah, oops, not that way. Oh yeah,
No,
I normally theme my back. I try to put something from the show, and I didn't have anything, but I put my little security camera there, so that's the Beto
camera light watching us.
Yeah, got a good picture of the back of my head, basically.
I don't know. I wore a Starfleet shirt. That was my. I have an Enterprise D necklace because I bought this in Vegas, but it's too
That's
long
cool.
and you can't actually see it.
I thought you said B before. I was like, "Oh, that's really cool."
Oh.
Oh,
No, it was the D.
D.
I will be honest. If someone showed me a picture of the Enterprise B, it would take me a second to realize what ship it was.
Well, and also if you don't look at it, whoa, sorry. If you don't look at it right, it also could look like the Excelsior.
Yeah.
Like if you don't see the whole part of it, the little bits that they added, so they had something to blow up.
I'm not that big of a ship person. I know all the main ones. If you showed me an Enterprise that's not a main one, like I would probably be like, nice ship.
I like the original Enterprise C as it was sort of projected onto the wall and stuff that they had, because it had more curves and it was nicer looking. But it's also done by Andrew Probert, who turned out to be kind of a horrible person. So, oh well.
That's the theme for tonight, apparently. What did he do?
Oh, he's a very right wing kind of like. His views don't seem to slot into Star Trek very well. And you don't have to have the same views as whatever the show you're working on or whatever, but it feels like Star Trek just kind of works out like that, where people come to it because they like the viewpoints and
I now I'm trying to think of anything else.
Yeah, no, for as far as like the episode itself, I think we probably covered everything.
Is there, I guess, anyone in the comments, anything else from the episode?
Yeah, is there anything that we missed?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we'll get any kind of wrap up or if it'll be revisited.
I don't know. Do we think we're seeing Beto again? Like not even his role as documentarian, just his role as
just like in the background. Or something?
This is Ortega's like Erica's brothers here.
We have what, 2 episodes left?
I have what episode was this?
Oh no, this is 7, right?
This is 7 with 3.
So there's 3, yeah. Okay.
And we know one's the Vulcan one.
Love the endings with Uhura painting and Spock's. Yeah.
Yes, the deep dive discussion will be tomorrow, where they'll have screenshots of all the weird shots Beto got.
Yeah. And we'll have more time to have absorbed.
Yeah. I think they were chummier than I would have thought by the events of the episode.
I mean, I'm happy that Uhura is the kind of person like I can forgive and I can like people need to grow or whatever. But there's some things that are just like,
but I will say, even if they were like an item before, I don't see them, not even just because I know Uhura's not with him in the original series. I was like, oh, they seem like a casual fling.
Yeah. Yeah, it did seem like they were just having fun. I mean, she had to know that he was leaving too at some point because she's on a ship and he's not. Do we know what is it just is he with any specific like a university or I don't think so, does he?
I don't think so.
He's just him.
He's just there. Maybe
what does he have on some Starfleet officer?
Earlier, and then I forgot to bring it up, that it would be interesting if they had done it more like, oh my god, why can't I think of the name of this episode? The episode where Jake and Bashir end up in the battle and Jake ends up writing.
Oh, yeah, that the one Bill Mumy is in it, I think.
Yeah, I feel so bad. I love. Is it in the is that a different episode? Like in the battle something?
Let me see. If I can figure this out. Just Dear Bridget, that's not what it's called. AI is dumb.
Wait, is it Siege of AR?
It wasn't in the Pale Moonlight. That was not it, was it?
No, that's not in the Pale
That's
Moonlight.
not. No.
I think Fathery, because this is more the battle to the strong. But
okay.
him getting like sucked into the mission where he was like, I'm just here as a writer, and then he was like, nope, I'm part of this now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is in.
I don't know. My
Bill
Deep Space
Mummy
Nine
was in. I think you're.
Oh, in the Siege. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. Okay, thanks.
And I
was
do.
Jake there? That one or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Nog's in that one.
That's maybe what I'm.
Yeah, that's probably what you're.
What's happening. Yeah.
But in that, it's like Jake is just like, I'm just going to be a writer. And then he ends up involved in it and writing about that experience. I thought that is like an interesting juxtaposition with this episode.
Yeah. I mean, he chose to be in this position, so.
Yeah. Whereas Jake chose a little. He was like, yeah, let's go check it out. But Jake was also, I think, a lot younger than Beto, unless I'm reading Beto wrong.
Yeah, Beto also, the way they've styled him, looks like he's kind of a refugee from Andor. Like his clothing and everything is just sort of like, oh, you walked off the wrong Star show.
As someone who like went to school with a lot of like people doing like artsy stuff, he made sense to me.
Oh yeah, no, he does. But I just compared to the other, just the way he looks, just
I
did like their casual clothes that they were wearing.
Yeah,
and that stuff. Chapel's thing was cool.
It's nice that I don't know what happens in the next couple decades where casual clothes get so awful, but the casual clothes of Strange New Worlds are actually pretty great.
Oh yeah, just don't go to TNG era.
No,
you get blousy, sparkly things.
I'm like, as I'm staring because I was like Googling to make sure which episode it was. Just poor Jake, everything he had to wear.
There is a blog, or there was. It had all basically all the different crazy clothes that weren't the regular uniforms. And there's one, the Stratagema episode, the one with Data and the thing. There's a guy standing behind him. I never noticed it before, but the shirt is like, it looks like wallpaper almost, but it's like got like sailing ships, and it's just very weird. Like they took material that was supposed to be for a pillow maybe, or like some sort of blanket, and it turned it into that.
I do remember somehow bringing up like that Starfleet, like the Star Trek casual clothes are insane, and showing a picture of Riker to my friend, and she went, and her actual response was, "Are those not his pajamas?" I go, "No, he's on stage performing."
Oh, that was where he's. No, but I think I wanted to say that what he was wearing though was styled to be more like pajamas or something like that, because that's what the character was. You're talking about the blue ones?
I'm trying to remember. Actually, Patrick Stewart. Maybe Patrick Stewart's civvies were often better than everybody else's.
Probably did that on purpose.
Yeah. It might have been the blue ones. Like they. Riker has some pretty bad civilian outfits.
Yeah. I think this, like, Vosh looks pretty good.
I just remember when they were like civilian clothes for exploring, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was anytime. And actually,
Dr. Leia Brahms, that was just like, she looks like she was wearing like an X-ray thing, and it was very strange.
Actually, Troy's civilian clothes were fine. It was weird she was wearing them on duty, though.
True.
I love that blue dress of hers. Like I like that like tealish. Like I love that dress. Why was she wearing it on duty? That's yes, it was the blue one, but he is playing trombone in.
Oh, okay. There's one I thought he was supposed to be like looking in the mirror, and he's like all disheveled, and I thought it's like he just woke up or something. That was like part of his characters.
Now I'm gonna see if I can.
Now is the time of the show when you watch us Google things.
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm trying to see if I can bring this up. I just downloaded it. It was the wrong file type. It did not like that.
Which was the episode where they had the little, the stratagema thing when it was Dr. Pulaski was there.
She definitely was. Is it the same episode with Riker's dad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. This would have to be before Measure of a Man. You would think.
You would think.
I guess it would be.
Okay, this. I think Father is right. It is peak performance.
Peak performance. Thank you. Like, why is it not coming up? That's why I thought it was something like that, and I'm trying to find like a screenshot so I can show you the crazy shirt. Oh, it's second to last episode. That's probably why.
Then after Measure of a Man,
yeah,
still being kind of awful to him.
No, she was no. She remember she tried to get him to actually play.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was purely like honorable reasons, but
so it's second to last episode. It's the last episode before they go club. Why don't we do a clip show?
Yeah, it was not good.
On the, I remember I have okay. This is the outfit I was thinking of. He is in 10 forward performing in these pajamas.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's not the blue one, but yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah. They are very similar to at one point when they put him in pajamas.
Yeah, how do you tell the difference between the pajamas and the not pajamas?
I mean, I sleep in t-shirts, so maybe I can't judge, but
yeah, but a t-shirt you can wear out and people will go, "Oh, you're in your pajamas."
Yeah. I love that. It looks like for some reason they're like, why did he put his badge on his pajamas?
Yeah. Well, I always thought that about actually what's this Stamets and they had like those pajamas things or whatever, but they had like little metal deltas. I'm just like, that is not a good thing to wear when you're going to sleep.
It's
like
pointy.
That's. But yeah, maybe I think it's one of those instances where like Trek Core took all the screenshots, but they didn't quite get the one with the guy in the background. Yeah, because it's not like every frame.
That's not like what Trek Core thought people would care about.
Yeah, actually, it is in this scene. So
I will say, Trek Core is very helpful when you're making a cosplay.
Yes, or pretty much anything. I mean, you like need a lot of resources without having to
the amount of pictures I have from Trek Core of Kira and Armand Bashir is ridiculous. Now, a visitor should never look at my phone. She will think I'm a stalker.
Oh no.
Those are Jill apparently not his pajamas. They are what he chooses to perform in 10 forward in. You can't tell in that scene, but I'm telling you he was in 10 forward.
Okay, I found like the best I think I'm gonna get.
Okay.
So let me put that up. Share a video file. No video file.
Jill, correct. I don't like TNG, like TNG era, Berman era civilian clothes are hideous. I
have it ready for whenever.
Like in a fun way.
There, the shirt behind that, whatever.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's so busy. Like I don't know how they put that as a background extra because that's just your
eye
just goes right to that.
At least that looks just like an 80s sweater.
Yeah. When you see it at a different angle, it does look more like a shirt. But yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it does have that sort of like, it's been a long road. The opening of
it looks really insane with the strategy game in front of it.
Yeah, that's what maybe that was the point. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like a team shirt for certain stratagema team. We just don't know what it looks like. Picard. Yeah, baby Brent Spiner. And looking at these like high res pictures, like those little finger things look like they're
I was scrolling TikTok today, and someone posted the video of when they spelled his name wrong at STLV.
What do they spell it as?
Brett. It said Brett Spiner instead of
Brett
Brent.
Spiner. Okay.
But it was like clear. It's like because he came out with Michael Dorn. You see Michael Dorn turn and look at it for a second, and then you just kind of like he was like Brett Spiner, and it just goes away really quickly. And then the text comes back. It just says, "I'm so sorry, sir." But for the rest of STLV, so Joel and I would go, "Yeah, Brett Spiner." Like
I saw something once where it's like, oh, they misspelled his last name. It says Spinner. I'm like, no, it still says Spiner. You're just not pronouncing it properly. There's no double N's in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I thought that was.
I will say there was a moment at STV I was staring at it like, do I not know what his name is? Oh no, okay, I did.
It's one of those, yeah. When you look at something that you've looked at a million times before, it's sometimes hard to. Like if you're working, it's like the word "the" looks very weird all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah. It's I remember once at an old marketing job being handed the piece of copy like there's something wrong and I can't tell. And then I had to read it like 4 times to be like, oh, it should be the American and not just American. And that's like that was like literally the only thing. I was like, that's, and she was like, oh my God.
That's funny.
But I do there's a web show I used to like, but there was an actor on it named Brent and an actor on it named Brett, and I was like, that would be so annoying on a set.
It's kind of like they had 3 what's his name?
Roberts on Voyager.
Yeah. So Robert, William, and I can't remember how they did it or whatever.
Yeah, I think Robert, Bob, and Robbie, right?
Robbie, yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Picardo, yeah. Robbie, yeah. That was.
I think it's more confusing when people have similar names as opposed to the same name.
Yeah, we do have to remember. Like,
I work with a Tara and a Tara.
I work with Atari. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
I also another Rachel just started at work, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I have a client that when they first sent me like a connection email, it said Retta Jitner, and I'm like, okay, something. It's got to be Jenna Rittner or something like that. I thought, but no, that is her name. So my brain, every time I see it, like tries to unscramble it, but it's not scrambled. I'm eventually going to write her name as Jenna at some point or something.
I think it's very confusing. Like, because for the most part, Star Trek has done is like people don't have the same first names as each other, except Hugh. Because Hugh the Borg, and then you have Hugh Culber.
Oh, okay. I mean character names.
Character names, yeah. No, sorry. I mean actor names they can't control. That's not.
We can't have you on the show. We have too many Bobs already. Thank you.
I mean,
but yes, there is a lot of names for people like us to remember. Yeah. And surprised at like how much stuff we have crammed in our brains. Mm-hmm. And also frustrating when it's like I can't remember to change the cat litter, but I can.
I remember
actually pretty easy.
Random Star Trek character's name.
Yeah.
Isn't ADHD fun?
Yeah. I can make it work to my advantage sometimes, but today was not one of those days.
I'm great on a trivia contest.
Yep. That was so frustrating. We came in second in a Star Trek trivia thing, and somebody's like, "How did you do that?" Like, well, one of the people who wrote the episode was on the other team, and they're like, "Oh, okay." It was like,
it's like we often come in second at stuff, and then it was like, and then people whose job is Star Trek is over there.
Yeah. So it was. I will never forget that Geordi's dad is a now I have forgotten, xenobotanist. I think that was the one question that we got wrong. Because like, who cares what Geordi's dad's job is? Like,
yeah,
that would have been an interesting episode if they actually brought the family to the ship or something. It's like because he could have. Clearly,
had no actual interest in writing Geordi's family.
Yeah, I was like, everybody else got family stuff. We got I just watched it last week over the weekend, the one where Alexander comes to live on the Enterprise. So it was like, it's funny. He's like, all you care about is your honor, and I responded with the gif. It's like, Worf, I love honor. I demand honor. It's like, Like, yes, even Mariner knows that this is
Yeah.
true.
It's funny watching different episodes of TNG and Deep Space Nine. Be like, do they want him to be a good dad, or they want him to not give a shit?
Yeah.
Who is Geordi married to? That is a great question.
Well, yeah, and we've been told by the behind the scenes people it's not
It's not Leah.
Brahms. Yeah.
Good.
I still think the funny meme thing that I made was, even though it's not actually technically accurate.
What was it?
Oh, where it's just like, hey, tell us the story how you and Mom first met, and then it just cuts to a picture of both Leah's thing and her getting like really pissed off, and he's like, no.
Yeah. State secret, I guess. Everyone go write fan fiction. You can use your OCs for it. I'm realizing the salon is starting soon, so we should probably.
Yes, and I actually need to jump off and do said work for Retta Jitner.
Want to say where people can find you around the internet, Aaron?
Yeah, you can find me at Geek Filter. I have a website that has that. I'm selling some flags, or California flags, and I have a drawing in upcoming Star Trek Adventures book that's coming out, but I don't know when it's coming out. So I just look for it in the future. That was the one that I spent a long time doing and shared with you.
Yes.
When I was working on it. So, but I'm not supposed to say anything about it. And you find me here on Thursdays. Can't believe there's only like three more weeks, and that's it.
That's crazy. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm here at the First Reaction streams. I am also on the actual play podcast, Masks of Mayhem, where we play Moons and Masterminds 3rd edition. We're also, and I will be on this live stream. We're doing a live stream next week to promote our friend's book. She's putting her debut novel on Kickstarter. It's called Lament of Light, and it's a YA superhero novel. And we're like, we have a superhero podcast. We should combine.
Yeah.
So that should be
That's
next
fun.
Wednesday, and that will be really fun.
Cool.
And I can tell you the book is good because I beta read it. So, I live long and prosper, everyone.
Yep.
Subscribe to YouTube to watch the Tex-Trek podcast live or listen to us later on your favorite podcast platform. Follow Stephen Fothery on socials at TXTrek. Thank you and take care.